We just cleaned all the parts and now we are going to do a full assembly of the Breitling Super Ocean. It's got an ETA movement. There is the base movement, case, screws. This is part of the date setting, cannon pinion. Here is the automatic module, nice and clean. Dial, Breitling Super Ocean. Here's the rotor from Breitling. Setting lever and the yoke, setting lever spring, barrel, and we do need a new to fit a new spring. Here is part of the pallet fork and the gear train, center wheel, there we are, third wheel, ratchet wheel, and the hacking function, the balance stop. Okay, Breitling Super Ocean, I do need to get the new mainspring. Yeah, let's do it right away. Let's get some work done. I'm going to open the Inca block spring with my homemade tool. Just an oiler, shaped it a bit different, like a golf club, and now I can, with very low force or little force, I can open the Inca block springs and in a nice controlled way. Well, that's the shock system in place, nicely and controlled. And now we check the movement of the balance. With just the balance and the shock system in place. And here you can see a small ring of oil. Do you see the tiny ring of oil just glistening here? There we are. There's a tiny bit of oil in the movement, which allows the movement to run smoothly. Now you can see the oil glistening. There we are. Well, the balance is in place, and now we can check if the balance moves freely and if the hairspring is nice and level with the balance, which it is. What do you guys think? We're looking now here at the hairspring there, right between the balance cock and the balance, and it looks very good, I think. And here you can see the space in between the hairspring, all looking good. No further action needed. It runs nice and freely. So that is the balance checked. And now we're back to the complete empty main plate, the platine, and let's check the barrel. with the arbor and the new mainspring. Well, let's check the arbor in the barrel. I always check all parts without anything interfering, so you can isolate each problem. It's a bit like function groups. All the parts that do one thing, if you check them as one part, then you know it's okay. Like the gear train is one function group. Even though there are 4 wheels, the 4 of them got the same well, role to play in a movement. Now I check the play from the arbor in the main barrel, and that is looking good. Not too much play. Then we check the position of the mainspring. Never trust if it goes clockwise or anti-clockwise. Always check the arbor and let the arbor decide. And I do mean, here's the arbor, and we know it is positioned like this. So this bit here, there we are, that is deciding if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise. So don't learn or assume it should be in a movement in a special way. Always let the arbor, this hook, decide how it should be in there. Well, it's an automatic movement, so we use graphite grease to get a nice friction between the mainspring and the inner ring of the barrel, because you want the power to be distributed to the side of the barrel. If it slides too much, you won't get a nice amplitude. So the graphite in this grease make it a bit rough, and the power can be transferred from the mainspring to the side of the barrel. Well, safety first. So if we do it like this, the spring cannot jump out. Always look where the end is. Well, you see it here. So if the end is in, the rest will follow. There we are. Nicely controlled. And now the spring is in the main barrel. Probably not needed, but I like it anyway. Just a tiny drop of HP 1300. I know the modern springs are coated, but still I like a tiny drop of HP 1300. So it runs nice and smoothly. So let's check, just isolate the barrel and let's check for play, because if we put in more parts already, then you don't know what you're looking at. It can be anything. And now just the barrel in place. And it runs very smoothly. There is some play here, but remember, we're looking at it through a microscope, so we see actually maybe too much detail, but then again, It runs very smoothly, that is nice. Well, we checked, we still got an empty main plate, but we did quite a bit of work. We checked the shock system, we checked the balance wheel, we checked the hairspring, we did the barrel, mainspring, arbor, the height of the barrel. So every single time we do tests during assembly, so we don't have to do a step back. Everything that we have checked so far is okay, so we don't have to think about it again. Because you don't want to do a full assembly and then find out the watch doesn't run nicely. What can be the problem? I want to know the problem up front and not when I'm finished.